Look up at the night sky, and somewhere among the stars, a faint red light glows. That's Mars, our cosmic neighbor and humanity's greatest dream. For thousands of years, we've wondered if someone might be living there. Now we ask a different question. Could it be us someday? Before we blast off, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. We're about to take a journey across millions of kilometers of space to uncover Mars' biggest secrets and what it would really take to call it home. Mars orbits the Sun about 228 million kilometers away from Earth. It's smaller than our planet, but eerily similar: mountains, valleys, ice caps, and ancient riverbeds carved long ago. It's the most Earth-like planet in the solar system, which is why scientists can't stop dreaming about it. But Mars is also deadly. Its atmosphere is 100 times thinner than Earth's, made mostly of carbon dioxide. That means no breathable air, no protection from radiation, and temperatures that drop to 125 degrees Celsius at night. It's a world both familiar and hostile at once. Still, something about Mars draws us closer. We've sent dozens of spacecraft and rovers: Curiosity, Perseverance, Opportunity, and Spirit, each revealing a little more of the planet's story. And that story begins billions of years ago, when Mars was nothing like the frozen desert we see today. Scientists believe Mars once had oceans, rivers, and even rainfall. Dry channels and minerals that form in water prove it once flowed freely across the surface. Back then, Mars had a thicker atmosphere, a warmer climate, and maybe even blue skies. It might once have looked a lot like Earth. So, what went wrong? About 3.7 billion years ago, Mars lost its magnetic field. Without it, solar wind stripped away the atmosphere. The air thinned, the oceans evaporated, and the planet froze. Mars died slowly, becoming the cold, dry wasteland we know today. But death doesn't always mean emptiness. Under the surface, something might still be alive. NASA's rovers have found organic molecules, the chemical building blocks of life, in ancient rocks. And methane, a gas often produced by living things, keeps appearing and disappearing mysteriously in Mars' atmosphere. That methane could come from geology or biology. If microbes once thrived underground, they might still exist, protected from radiation and extreme cold. Finding them would answer one of humanity's biggest questions. Are we alone in the universe, or has life already visited our solar system twice? In 2021, NASA's Perseverance rover landed in Jezero Crater, a place scientists believe was once a vast lake. Its mission: collect rock samples that might contain fossilized signs of ancient microbial life. Those samples will be brought back to Earth, the first interplanetary package delivery in history. But living on Mars is far harder than visiting it. The atmosphere is so thin that liquid water boils instantly. Radiation from the sun bombards the surface. A single solar storm could be lethal to unprotected humans. So how could we ever survive there permanently? To start, we'd need protection not just from the cold but from the radiation. That means building habitats underground or covered with thick Martian soil. Researchers are even testing lava tubes, giant natural tunnels, as potential safe shelters for future colonists. And then there's the problem of breathing. Mars' atmosphere is 95% carbon dioxide and only 0.13% oxygen. So scientists are developing machines like MUXI, a device that converts CO into breathable oxygen. It's already been tested on Mars and works, but we'd need thousands of them for a colony. Food is another challenge. Nothing grows naturally on Mars, but in simulated Martian soil, researchers have successfully grown potatoes, lettuce, and beans using LED light and recycled water. Yes, real Martian farming could one day be possible, though probably not very tasty. And then comes gravity. Mars' gravity is only 38% of Earth's. That means astronauts would feel light and strong, but over time, their bones and muscles would weaken. To survive long-term, we might need artificial gravity or genetic adaptation. Mars also has dust storms that can cover the entire planet for months. These storms block sunlight, cut power to solar panels, and could bury equipment. They're beautiful to see from orbit, golden waves swirling across the red plains, but deadly for anyone caught on the surface. Yet, despite all these challenges, the dream continues. Elon Musk's SpaceX plans to send humans to Mars within the next 2 decades using the Starship rocket. NASA aims for the 2030s. It's no longer science fiction. Humanity is building the technology to make it real. Colonizing Mars won't just be about survival, it's about expansion. Becoming a multi-planet species could protect us from extinction if disaster strikes Earth. It's a kind of cosmic insurance policy, ensuring our story doesn't end on one fragile blue world. But ethically, there's debate. Should we terraform Mars? Change its climate to make it habitable, if life already exists there? Would that be exploration or destruction? Many scientists argue we must first study, not colonize, until we know whether we'd be erasing something ancient. Terraforming Mars would take centuries, maybe millennia. We'd need to thicken the atmosphere, melt the polar ice, and release greenhouse gases to warm it. Even then, it might never be fully Earth-like. But humans are stubborn, and our imagination has already set foot there. In reality, our first settlers will live in small bases, wearing suits, breathing recycled air, and eating greenhouse-grown plants. It won't look like paradise, more like camping forever inside a science lab. But every generation will make it a little more like home. And maybe centuries from now, Mars will have cities, glowing domes under pink skies, trains crossing red deserts, and children born who have never seen Earth. They'll look up at our planet and call it the Old World, the same way we once looked to the stars and dreamed of going there. Still, Mars keeps its mysteries close. Why did it lose its magnetic field? Could its core still be alive beneath the surface? Does life exist there now, waiting quietly in frozen caves, waiting for us to notice? Every rover we send brings us closer and raises more questions. Whether we live there or not, Mars reflects who we are: explorers, dreamers, survivors. It reminds us that curiosity is humanity's greatest power. We stare at an empty, red desert and imagine a future filled with hope, technology, and courage. That's the real magic of Mars. So will humans ever live on Mars? And when that day comes, it won't just be a leap for science, it'll be a declaration that humanity is unstoppable. If you loved this journey, hit like, subscribe, and keep reaching for the stars.